Hi everybody. So in this video we are continuing to work on riveting in that first side skin, or the left skin, of the tail cone. Ted and I are. And my buddy Paul, who I introduced in the last video, is in town for the day. Just wanted to check out an RV14 build, so he came at the right time. So having done, at this point, I'm actually about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, oh geez, let's just count that, 9, I'm about 15 videos behind narrating, which I'm doing all in a furious succession right now. I've got myself a bourbon and Coke, and I'm just narrating for the next hour and a half while I'm waiting for my wife to come home. Anyway, at this point, the thing is pretty much done. Well, almost done. And having put both skins on, so Ted and I pretty much did this left one, and here we are the next day. Having put both sides of the skin on, I did most of the right side by myself. You can do it by yourself. It certainly helps if you have an experienced friend who's good with a bucking bar or rivet gun. So it definitely helps having both. I don't think that you need to have help. You could technically, you can't really do all of it. The ones in the corners you'll see you really can't do those by yourself. It's very difficult. You'd have to have just the right setup, and I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, you could back rivet, but that would be hard. Anyway, so you'll see there. This is kind of a new angle that you aren't used to. You'll be seeing this for a few days. You know, the tail cone's kind of big. There's nowhere that you can really store it out of the way. And so this is a club hangar. And whenever we have a club plane come in, of course, it takes priority. Now, if I had a high wing in, no problem. We'd be able to push right around that. If you have a low wing in, well, then you're kind of screwed. And that's what we're going to have here. No, wait, did we have one of the high wings? Which one was it? Anyway, we're going to have a plane in here. And because the plane's in here, I had to be relegated to the back of the hangar. No big deal. So I'm just kind of working on the back left side. So the back tail, and I kind of thought I'd started this early. There's Ted. He wants to help. Really isn't that hard. You're going to be riveting in the remaining two bulkheads to the side skins. But at the same time, you're also going to be working around two inspection panels that you can see. There's one on either side, and they're identical. So you see, Ted and I here, now we're getting, so we're talking about being able to do whether or not you can do this by yourself. So as you can see, he's got to get pretty low there with the rivet gun to really get some of those bottom ones. And the only way that you can possibly do that and have your hand in there with a bucking bar is to be holding the rivet gun kind of backwards, which is okay, I suppose, if you knew absolutely that your rivet gun was going to be flush, but I don't know. It's too much logistics for me. And that damn air compressor is way too close to the microphone. Okay, so talking about the very back of the tail, I should take some pictures of it, and I will for the next set of videos that I narrate, which will be in a few weeks, I guess. So where this skin comes into the back here, where the two pieces of the skin go, at the very back bulkhead, that's where the vertical stabilizer attaches. Now, once you start getting the skin to be riveting back here, you're gonna notice that the skin kind of folds in. Right, it doesn't form perfect flat connections between the bulkhead and the skin. It kind of folds in. And you'll notice that there's an area where you put 4 size 4 flush rivets. Not size 3. So you use size 3 everywhere, but there's one place you use 4 size 4s. And that's because that's where the skin folds in the most. And you need to have a lot of grabbing power between the two pieces of metal, the bulkhead and the skin. So That's just something to be accustomed with. I'll bring it up later next time. When I'm out at the airport tomorrow, I'll get a picture of it and put it in another video. So just someone remind me to do that. Anyway, we're just going to keep working on this, and I'll see you soon.